I was holding on for my brother. I can't tell you how close we were. He wasn't just my big brother. I worshipped him. He was my role model. He's everything I wasn't. He didn't smoke pot, he got straight A's in school, and I was just the black sheep of the family. My brother was always trying to rescue me. He was very strict on me.
No, Kerry, I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna lose you. You're gonna get hurt.
And there I was, sitting on death row. He'd been taking up for me my whole life. I was always just a real soft, sensitive person, you know? I mean, I guess that's why I had so many girlfriends, because I was so sensitive. I don't mean girlfriends like sexually. I mean friends that were girls. So my brother, last time I touched him was in Smith County Jail. He reached in and held my hand. He was crying and he said,
"It's not over, Kerry, because you're not gonna die. You're gonna get out."
I was always just a baby of the family, and my brother would come to see me and I'd have all these black eyes and stuff, you know? And he'd say,
"I want you to tell me who did this to you. I'm gonna go talk to the warden."
"You don't understand. You're gonna get me killed. That's called snitching, and that's the worst thing you can do." So I forced my brother. When he thought he could help me, I took that away from him too, saying, "You can't help me, I'm on my own now." So he started drinking. Man, the guy had it all. He was a senior supervisor at this huge corporation company, and he fell into the bottle, and he lost his wife, lost his kids. Shoot, he'd sit in a dark room and get drunk, talking about his little brother. Why isn't he coming home? He put himself on death row right alongside me. He's working as this assistant manager at this McDonald's in downtown Jacksonville, and there's this guy that works there named Jeff. Now, Jeff said my brother liked him because my brother told him, "You a lot like my little brother Kerry." And that's how they got to be friends. So it was after work one day at this little club in Tyler, Texas, and they're shooting pool. And you know how you get when you're drinking beer and you're hot with a stick. And right now it's closing, and my brother's running the table on this one last guy, and he says to Jeff,
"You go, I'll be out in a minute."
And Jeff's walking out of the club, and there's these two black guys sitting on the table, and one of them's wearing sunglasses. So he reaches up, and he just playing. He takes the sunglasses off, puts them on. Mimics Stevie Wonder. And the guy says,
"Say, man, what's up on you, man?"
And man, he jumps off the table. He gets real aggressive, and he's like,
"Man, I'm gonna bring a world of hurt to you."
Right about now, my brother walked up, and he just told him,
"Hey, man."
Now, my brother was really laid back. He wasn't a violent dude. He was just a real laid back, compassionate person. But then Jeff says,
"Man, fuck these people."
and walks out. My brother followed him outside. Well, it's December 27th, 1997. It's real cold that night, and my brother and Jeff are trying to get into the car, but the locks are frozen. And this pickup pulls in behind my brother, and Jeff says,
Look out, man, watch out.
my brother turns around, and this guy gets out of the truck, and he's got one hand behind his back, and he's like,
"What you gonna do for me, white boy? Gonna call me nigga? What you gonna do?"
there's all kinds of people standing around, and my brother just told him,
"Hey, look, man. We've all been drinking tonight. Well, there's nothing to have no misunderstanding about. Well, tomorrow morning you're gonna wake up, you're gonna laugh about this."
and he said,
"Fuck you, man."
and he brings from around his back this big old 44 Magnum. He shoots him. And my brother, so weird, he rose up, stood up. Jeff walked over to him, couldn't tell whether he was shot. He was just standing there with his eyes fixed looking straight forward, and Jeff said to him,
"Man, you okay? You okay, man?"
and blood started pouring out of my brother's nose, and he fell. He died on that parking lot. And me being on death row, the DA was reluctant to take it to trial. They said the defense would claim that my brother had bragged that he had a brother on death row and that he was bad. We got my mom and dad to agree to a plea bargain. The guy that killed my brother got 10 years. He got out in 3. My mother would look me right in the eye and tell me that I'm responsible for my brother's murder. That if it wasn't for me going to death row, he'd be alive. She'd tell me that. And I know this is gonna sound corny, but there's not a day that goes by that I don't wish I could tell my brother how much I love him. So, if you got it, man, never take it for granted, because you just never know.